I sit cross-legged next to Jenna, a bit further back than she is with her legs dangling over the edge of the cliff. I guess someone that's so confident about her life and future isn't worried about falling 80 feet to her death. It's sort of the opposite of Carl, but with the same result.
You know, one good thing about this place is stuff like this.
Hanging off the edge of a cliff?
Lack of people, the mountains. I'll miss that. I hear the mountains back east are small, like hills.
That sounds nice too. She picks up a sizable rock and tosses it off the edge, listening to the clatter and echo as it bounces down the cliff.
Doesn't really matter though. I'll be living in a big city. Way bigger than Peyton.
Are you nervous?
About living in a big city? No, I'm more anxious to get started with the school, actually. And of course, I'll miss you guys a lot, too.
She flicks her ears back at TJ, who's flat on his back under a tree behind us, snoring slightly. I wipe my forearm across my forehead, the oils from my waterproof fur sliding nastily against each other. Sorry, but I pulled my shirt off. I need to let my shirt dry out. It's fucking gross.
Sorry, I'm sure she is appalled right now.
Oh, she definitely is. She can't stand this.
He obviously should apologize.
How dare he wear that shirt? She looks over at me then, her silver and turquoise necklace catching the light and flashing briefly. Jenna looks perfect, of course. The fur on her face and arms is brushed with the lei, held together with some kind of spray, probably. By comparison, I look like a soggy log covered in wet brown mold. I blush and look down, the bravado I had worked up to take off my shirt dissipating under her gaze. She doesn't laugh, though.
I was wondering when you were going to take that off. Looked really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm gross.
It's not gross. It's just what your body does to survive.
Jenna sometimes says things that I suspect carry a lot more meaning than what's on the surface level, but honestly, I'm too dumb to figure it out. I really hope my smell isn't overpowering the spray.
But
I'm in the middle of leaning to the side to see if I can catch a whiff of my butt musk, and I jolt back up. Huh?
what was kind of gross is that there was another smell.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you pee on yourself?
It takes me a second to register what she just said. Then it hits me, and this time I had to close my eyes out of shame. Of course she was going to smell that. Foxes can smell fucking everything on you that's happened in the last week.
Don't cheat on a fox.
Is that Samantha I smell?
That's cute you.
Oh no.
Yeah, I did. She laughs this time and I look away, off into the canyon again.
I know it can happen, but it just smells like it was a lot, is all.
I sigh and lean back on my paws, letting my head hang back. I debate telling her exactly what happened since it seems so childish, but it's not like she's being mean. She has a demeanor about her that just makes you want to talk. Must be that's a psych degree at work. I had to disagree with you there, Chase. It most likely is not that psych degree at work because she's not clinical or counseling.
Ellen and Hannah are just bristling. No, I love... Here's the thing. She's said those exact words to people a million times, but every time I tell people, yes, my wife is in psychology, they go, oh, psychology. So she really knows what's going on, right? I'm like, well, and she's studying how children learn to read, and they're like, oh, so she analyzes children. I'm like, not, whatever.
No. Yeah. There's been multiple times where somebody's like, oh, I would be a great experiment, or are you gonna scientize me? I'm just like, no. Just no.
No, that's when you respond with, yes, I've been learning how to make people think that they're Labrador.
Make something up.
Yeah, and just I have learned the processes of making people forget who they are. I work for the government.
Oh my gosh.
That's why there's a Hannah balloon flying around everywhere.
Oh my lord.
That's a joke that no one's gonna get, like, when we post this.
Also, you better not tell anybody for reasons.
You won't tell anyone if you know what's good for you.
Yeah. See how quickly they ask you again.
I just saw something that scared me a little, so when I jumped I got some on me.
What did you see?
She lays out flat on her back, legs still dangling over the side of her paws behind her head. I guess so she can get a better look at me. I avoid looking right at her in case she thinks I'm staring. Okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but I just felt like I was being watched. You know when you psych yourself up and everything looks scary?
Of course.
So I felt that behind me, and when I looked, I saw what looked sort of like a face and some sagebrush. Just talking about it right now is getting my fur to prickle. I hadn't really thought about it since it happened, and now that I am, it's only now that I'm realizing how weird it all was.
Huh. Like a face you recognized?
No, it was sort of flat. Like it didn't have a muzzle, and white. I look back at Jenna, but she's not looking at me. Instead, it's like she's looking past me.
That is weird.
Yeah. But it was a rock.
We're wired to recognize faces, so we find them in a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, the twigs and stuff were falling across it in a way that made it look like it had eyes and stuff. But then I realized what it was. But I jumped and got pee on myself, so that's what happened. What's weird is that when I was leaving, I couldn't see it anymore. I say the last part with a laugh, mostly to hide how freaked out I am about it. When I look at Jenna again, I can see the fur on her neck has lifted a little. It was probably just the angle, though. You alright?
Oh, because she's seen the monsters before, too.
Jenna looks back at me. Because remember, at the end of Flynn's route, she mentioned seeing what TJ had seen and what and all that, like, in her childhood.
Yep, so when Chase is describing this, she's like, oh shit!
Yeah,
Chase
the
is
only
like,
difference
it was
is...
rocks, it's fine, and Jenna's like,
The big
no,
difference
it's
here
not.
is she's talking about... her memory is of a red one, while his is of a white, so...
Yeah, but they would be similar.
Yeah, which Harry and I are still working out theories on what that might mean.
Honestly, I think the last theory we came up with is pretty spot on.
Probably, honestly. We'll definitely, like... Honestly, we're probably going to have, like, another episode after we finish Jenna's route where it's just going to be us discussing theories and our thoughts and feelings about everything from the game.
Absolutely. I also want to go into my, 3-hour conversation about why Flynn's route is the best route. In my personal opinion. I have to add that so I don't make people upset.
I mean, so, like...
I enjoy making the internet upset. It is kind of...
Oh, I do too, but Alan will get mad at me. I don't care what you all think.
I wouldn't get mad at you. I can see why you would say Flynn's route's the best route. I've seen a lot of people say Flynn's route's the best route. There's also people who argue that that should be the final route that you play. I
Interesting.
I
I
disagree with them on
disagree
that.
with that.
Yeah. Well, I know.
I think
know.
that's wrong.
That's such a depressing ending.
Well, I know. That's the thing is, it's because if you end with Flynn's route, that makes the game much more of a horror story, because it ends on, in my opinion, one of the worst notes, and it's basically about how, oh yes, by continuing to search for the truth, you ruined yourself.
Mhm.
Which I can see that, I can get that, and like that's a way to go about it, but I don't know. I prefer the release order instead. And if I was to pick my favorite route, I like Jenna's mainly because of the callbacks for everything, but it's honestly only my favorite because like you have to play through everything else to get there. If I had to pick a standalone though, it'd be Leo's route. That's the one that actually made me go, oh, this game's actually really special, and I really do still appreciate Leo's route. But every route except for Carl's, I would rate like 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. Carl's I'd give maybe like a 7 out of 10. Probably a 6 out of 10 if I'm being more critical. What about you, Harry? You're the only other person who's who's gone through all. Well, actually, you've never gone through Carl's, so never mind.
No, I have never gone through Chug.
I know
it's on YouTube.
Tuesdays with Jenna.
I've also never watched his videos.
I know. I have the proof that you've never watched Harry.
I just never did. I probably never will.
Um,
I've watched almost everything else on the channel, not Chug. Chug never.
So I have a brain cannon going on. That's and it is. You know how we have Tuesdays with Jenna? It's like Jenna, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a news report, and she's like, in other news, Chase pissed himself because he thought he saw a white. And then there's like a second later though, I played a prank on him. Thereafter, picture video Chase like.
Was Chase screaming after seeing a spider?
Here he is shirtless. You're welcome.
See, I like to think of it like, remember the meme with Sweet Life of Zach and Cody where they're talking about the pay gap, and Zach goes like, "Good job, guys. Let's shoot for 40." It's Jenna, except she goes, it's Chase going, "Today, Jenna made me scream so hard I peed myself," and she's like, "Good job, guys. Tomorrow, let's go for twice. Let's go for projectile vomiting from fear. We can do it."
Good job, guys. Let's go for 40.
Oh man.
What?
And
Now I'm
with
just like,
that-
I'm now imagining like a scene of like Chase like in the middle of like a basketball court, like wondering why he's there. You just see Jenna like outside the court going yelling Kobe as like a tarantula flies in the air and lands on him.
Oh man. She would.
She would.
She
That's
would.
funny.
Jenna looks back at me, and I can tell she's debating whether or not to tell me something. I wait.
Just made me think about when I was a kid. Hadn't thought about it for years, actually.
I pause. Do you want to talk about it? I'm worried I'm about to open up a can of worms.
It wasn't traumatizing or anything like that. Well, it was actually, but it wasn't real.
Did you see a face?
Yeah, not exactly like yours, though. It was more of a red color, but it was flat, too. That's what made me think of it.
Whoa.
Yeah, it had a body, too, but I can't really remember exactly what it was.
Did you dream it?
No, not really a dream. At least, not in the sense that I was asleep when it happened. I'd just see it walking around in broad daylight sometimes.
What the hell? Are these like Real, solid memories? Like it really happened?
I don't know. It usually happened when I was sad or angry. Like when Dad was having one of his moments. I'd just see it walk past a doorway or sit in a closet.
Really? What the fuck?
Oh, this was a long time ago. Like when I was 5. I don't want you thinking I'm crazy, Chase.
I mean, in fairness, Chase just told you he saw a white face.
Well, I mean, you gotta also remember, like, don't forget the ending of Flynn's Route there, where it's just young child Jenna looking in the closet and saying, "Are you real?" As whatever's in there basically shakes its head no.
God, I want to talk about that now. Because that is such a cool scene. When you really put it together of, like, the entire motivation of Flynn, like, the entire reason why he did everything he did just to, in the end, deny his own existence and lie about it is so good. Think of that from a narrative perspective. Somebody who did everything, abandoned everything for the truth. And, like, after he learns it all, after he truly knows the truth, he denies it. He doesn't deny it for himself. He tells somebody else, no, this isn't, don't do what I did. Don't look, it's so good. I want to talk about that, but I can't talk about it fully in detail unless we do Jenna's route.
Yeah, we gotta finish this first, so it'll be probably in a few more weeks for us, and then for people who are watching this, it'll actually, yeah, once again, it'll be in a few more weeks, so.
Oh boy, do I love Flynn's route.
I don't. I saw things too as a
Oh,
kid.
that hurts.
Well, I mean, you said
I
it,
love
so...
Flynn's route. I don't.
I really, really love Flynn's route. Later. I don't. Says Chase.
Well,
the
I mean,
best
of course Chase wouldn't like it. I mean, you gotta
I
remember
really
the
like
dolphin
Flynn's route.
exhibit
I
happened
don't.
during that time.
The dolphin exhibit.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, I think you've told me.
I had, and it's something I really don't want to think about right now.
I'm pretty sure it's just something my mind made up because I was under a lot of stress. The brain can make up whatever it wants, really. It's part of the reason I went into the field that I did. I want to help figure these things out.
Do you see it anymore? At all? She's quiet for a while, then shakes her head.
No.
My phone goes off then, and I jump with a little yelp. Jenna laughs, and it breaks the tension a little, so I laugh with her. I know you said no phones, but you already used yours, so I think I get a freebie. Okay, who has me echoing?
I don't think it's me.
Oh, it's
Oh.
us. Weird. Speak.
Bah.
Go
La, 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 la.
Okay, we should be good.
Hey, I had to record your reaction for posterity.
Looking at the message, I see it's from Leo.
Where are you?
I stare at it for a second. It seems a little short. Usually Leo throws in the cheesy emoticons for everything. When he's not angry, of course. Jenna notices my expression.
What's up?
It's just Leo. I type out a quick response. I'm hiking with TJ and Jenna, and did we forget to tell you that? Almost instantly I get a response.
You know boys?
You know other men?
Yeah, you did.
I still love that meme. You're the most
That
jealous
moment-
man I know. You know other men?
That moment when you really want to introduce your boyfriend to other guys, but if you do that, then you have to kill them immediately.
He's definitely got something up his ass.
Wolf boy getting pissy?
No, Otter
maybe.
Boy is picking.
I can never tell with him. Jenna's phone goes off right then.
Ah, speak of the devil.
Since it seems she's inviting me, I lean over to read her phone.
I assume that's me?
Yeah.
What the
Also,
hell?
I'm still getting a lot of echo from you guys.
I mean, that's the name of the game. Hold on. I'll grab our headphones.
Alright, we're actually back now. I feel myself getting a little angry. What the fuck's his problem? Jenna gives a little playful smirk as she sits up and puts her phone away without responding.
Aw, he's jealous.
That gets me flustered for some reason. You think so?
That, and he probably wants us all to hang out together, which we should. But we need some time away before we give Flynn another chance. Anyway, we should head back. If we start now, we can grab dinner at the diner by 6.
Jenna gets up and goes to wake up TJ, but I'm sort of lost in thought. I feel bad for Leo. Was he mad at me for not talking to him by the lake yesterday?